Welcome to the source. The source. Source. Hey, get the source.
Good morning. Happy Independence Day. Happy 4th of July to everybody. Hope you all have some fun plans. Hopefully we can win some bets in the process. Wasn't a great day for me yesterday. I think I went 2-3 or 2-4. So I lost some money yesterday. Overall, the last week and a half has been kind to me, though. Why'd you reveal my pick? I didn't say it yet. All right, so first this is not my pick. This is not my pick, but the women's hot dog eating competition starts at 1 minute, and this comes from Jess in the Discord. She likes pseudo over 40.5 dogs at plus money. At plus money, she likes it. So it's tough to even get that out. So Jess likes pseudo over 40.5 dogs at plus 100. By the way, pseudo's an attractive woman. I don't know if you've seen her. I'm for it. Let's go. Nikki Pseudo, I think her name is, by the way. All right. Oh, the men's eating competition. So this comes from Scoop. Logan, what's his name? Does anyone know this motherfucker's name?
Did you just try to call him Logan Webb?
Yeah. All right, let me look it up. James Webb. So Scoop likes James Webb over 48.5 dogs at minus 115. Scoop's like, no. This is actually Jess's pick also. Scoop likes James Webb to win. And then go to the next one. Lesko. So Jess likes Lesko under 26.5 dogs. She also likes the dog line, someone minus 9.5 dogs. I'm not joking. She posted that. So yeah, for those of you that are looking to bet that, there you go. Let's talk seam.
Please.
Someone goes, I'm a degenerate, but this is wild. All right. So first up, we got Mets Nats. 11 a.m. start time. You guys know I'm on Grimace.
Yeah, Mets team total over 4.5 for me as well.
I bet Mets money line and Mets minus 1.5.
Oh.
I mean, I can't believe the Nats used Harvey and Finnegan yesterday. The Nats had a cook bullpen. The Nats had a cook bullpen yesterday and still used their two main guys. So, I mean, there's no Harvey, there's no Finnegan to close out this game for the Nats. And I mean, there's no way. They pitched 3 days in a row. Nats were desperate to grab a win in this series. Jake Irvin's actually been the man, but what the Mets have been doing to righty starters is unholy. So I'm on the Mets. I also laid the 1.5. I like the Mets to win comfortably today.
Yeah, it's the same thing with me. Mets team total over 4.5. I don't have any reason to stop betting this. Like I said, guys, I will bet this blindly until it doesn't hit, probably at least 2 days in a row. So has Jake Irvin been one of the best pitchers in the National League this year? Yeah, and I'm not trying to make a joke there. I really think he's been that good for them. But the fact that the Mets tattooed him last year doesn't help. The fact that his last home start hasn't really been that great at home either doesn't help me as well. And then Kyle touched on the bullpen issues. So regardless of the fact that if I was playing the Mets team total every day, this is a great spot for the Mets.
Let's do it, Mets, Metropolitans. Let's get on to the next game. Cards, Pirates. I didn't end up betting this one. Hold on. Let me get my spreadsheets open. I can't even remember if I had a lean in this one. Cardinals bullpen a little on the tax side, but not bad.
I was going to say, because remember we were looking at the bullpen, hoping that one of them would be bad today, but we just didn't really get that.
Yeah. The Pirates won yesterday. Cardinals didn't have to use any of their arms. I don't trust the Cardinals lineup against a lefty, but I mean, the lefty is Martin Perez. So like, I don't really know if I trust Perez to throw a good game. So this is just a straight pass for me in every sense of the word.
I kind of want to play Pirate. I want to play the Pirates. I haven't got there yet. And I was thinking about probably playing Pirates first 5 money line at minus 115 or maybe getting crazy with the run line at plus 115. But the reason why is that one thing that I know from Beaver is I remember guys like O'Neal Cruz and stuff during the day. So I think I like in my head, I like Pittsburgh during the day a lot more. I understand that Martin Perez his last time out got tattooed by Atlanta, but previous to that, his couple starts before that weren't terrible. I guess it was terrible against San Francisco, but it's just one of those things where, like, I'm not in a spot where I feel like St. Louis should be. We should be worried about St. Louis as much against left-handed pitching compared to what they're doing against right-handed pitching. So I'm trying to figure out a way to play Pittsburgh during the day, but I don't know if I end up getting there. But yeah, it'd be Pittsburgh first 5 or pass.
Yeah, I mean, I could see Perez pitching well, but I mean, I don't trust the Pirates bats to get to Palante. Palante hasn't even been bad.
Yeah, that's another thing too. Yeah.
Next game. Reds, Yanks. I mean, thank God I didn't bet this yesterday. Are the Yankees a bad team? What in the hell is going on? That was a very winnable game yesterday. And I don't even know what to think. I mean, if this was 3 weeks ago, if we were having this conversation 3 weeks ago, Frankie Montas making a road start in Yankee Stadium, I would be like, Yankees team total over 10.5. But Frankie Montas has actually put a few decent road starts under his belt recently. The Yankees aren't hitting for shit, so I don't know what. I mean, I want to bet the Yankees, but at minus 185, when they haven't shown us shit, how could I responsibly put down a Yankees minus 1.5 bet here? I can't do it. So my pick is Yankees minus 1.5 because it's Montas on the road against the Yankees lineup. But I'm not doing it at all. No way. So you could put Yankees minus 1.5 up, but I'm not betting this.
Reds team total over 3.5. Yesterday, I ended up splitting because I did first 5 in full game. They only got 3. But I'm still up plenty of money in this series, and I'm going to do it again here today with the Reds. I mean, look, first of all, Stroman pitched against this Reds team last year, went 6 innings, gave up 6 hits on 6 runs, only struck out 2 guys. And besides that, you guys don't need me to tell you if you're watching this show, 3 of his last 4 starts have been absolutely terrible. The one good start he did have was in Kansas City. Besides that, Boston got to him for 4 runs in 5 innings. I guess Atlanta was decent, 6 2/3, 3 runs. But then in Toronto, another 4 innings, 5 hits, and 3 runs. Marcus Stroman isn't pitching well. I don't really trust the Yankees bullpen in general right now with all the injuries and whatnot, not to mention the fact that if you look over the last couple of days, the Yankees bullpen isn't taxed, but they've seen everybody. The Reds have seen everybody in the last 2 days. So I just think that there's a 4th of July. I don't mind an over here either because I agree with you. There's something that just in my heart of hearts tells me the Yanks on 4th of July probably put some runs up on the board here today. But at the same time, there's nothing that really shows me on paper that I can tell you why. So I'm going to continue to play those Reds team totals, especially here, and take my chances. So, yeah.
Next game, please.
The Yankees can't get swept by the Reds on 4th of July, right?
On the 4th of July, right? That's crazy. Their logo used to literally be the Independence hat.
Yeah.
Actually, I think they still do use that logo from time to time. That
I have a minor league hat too of theirs, and it's like a guy, and he's got a miniature version of the hat. But
yeah. So you would think 4th of July. If sports are rigged.
Exactly.
All right. Next up, Houston, Toronto. And I actually placed a last minute bet on this one. So I haven't posted this on the site, but I did bet this. I bet the under, Prop Beaver. So I got an under
in the lineup.
What's up?
Did Jordan in the lineup? Because
I think was he? I didn't even know he was at risk.
Yep, he's not. Yeah, he came out. He's in the lineup, so you're good. I'm sure if you're on the under, you'd want him out. But yeah, he came out of the box a little bit weird yesterday. I just wasn't sure if he was going to play today because I was trying to play on the Astros most likely, but I wanted to see if he was going to play. But go ahead.
All right. So Chris Bassett's been excellent. I mean, in his last 6 starts, he's got a 1.95 ERA, and kind of make you feel like an idiot. I'm always doubting him. I'm always like, Chris Bassett's going to come down to earth. I mean, he's having a career year here. What I really like here is his splits against righty bats. 263 WOBA and a 112 whip. Chris Bassett's been dominant against righty bats. And as we know, Houston, one of the more righty dominant lineups in baseball. So you got Chris Bassett, who's been good as hell at home, where historically he's better, pitching against a bunch of righties, which he's been great against. I like the spot for Chris Bassett. Also, Houston's got these great hitting numbers, right? I mean, in the last 30 days, they're a top 10 lineup against righties, but we have seen them get blanked a couple times. I mean, Yariel Rodriguez pitched into the almost 7 full innings against the Astros. Before that, we saw Feltner. That was just about a week ago. Feltner pitched 6 innings, 2 earned runs. So the Astros numbers do look great, but it's not like the idea of the Astros getting blanked here is unfathomable. I always fuck that word up. Unfathomable. So I think Chris Bassett's going to pitch well. And then look, on the other side, I know not everyone's big on Framber Valdez right now, but again, I'm going right back to those righty-lefty splits.
I was going to say, look at the splits and look at how many are in the lineup.
Exactly. So what Toast is alluding to there, Framber Valdez, where he sucks is against lefties. I know when we think about left-handed starters, we think the opposite, but in baseball, it's not always like that anymore in today's game. Framber Valdez actually has really nice numbers against righty bats. This is Toronto. The whole lineup's a righty. I mean, the Blue Jays are projected. Oh, no, not projected. Confirmed lineup. The Blue Jays will have 8 righties in the lineup today. And the only lefty is Kiermaier. He's batting 9th. So literally, Framber Valdez, who, by the way, if we rewind back 3 weeks ago, we were talking about how good Framber Valdez has been on the road. He had a couple rough road starts recently, but as a whole, he's been really good on the road this year, pitching against 8 righties, the first 8 hitters. The only lefty he has to see is Kiermaier in the 9 hole. So I expect both starters to deal. The Astros will have most of their main arms available. We were worried about the Astros bullpen, but they should have everybody. Blue Jays have all their main arms available in the bullpen, so it's just an under for me at 8.5.
Yeah, I did first. I'm doing first 5 under 4.5 minus 120. Yeah, same. I was on the same type of thing. I was trying to figure out last night before I went to bed what I wanted to do. But yeah, I was just stick with the under. I really want to play on the Astros, but at the same time, only because we just continue to see how bad that Toronto bullpen can be at times. And now that Jordan's in the lineup, it kind of makes me lean Astros as well. But officially, first 5 under 4.5.
Yeah, and by the way, our poll is working again. That was annoying yesterday. I don't know what was going on with that. All right, so we're thinking the same here. Let's move on to the next one. White Sox, Cleveland. Tell me you don't. I know you want to bet the White Sox. I want to bet the White Sox.
Dude, I want you so bad.
The White Sox are hitting, dude, and it's not like that's not like a sharp take or anything. They are hitting.
Even if they weren't hitting, I mean, I think that they really are, but I mean, at plus 185, what has Cleveland done since that Baltimore series? Really, I mean, they looked like crap against Kansas City. They looked like crap this series. I mean, coming back to win 7-6 against the White Sox, and that's just not impressive to me. So, Cleveland could be 0-2 in this series very easily.
And look, remember when we were talking about Cleveland against right-handed pitching and Cleveland against righty starters, right? They were crushing every single righty starter they saw. Like 10 straight righty starters Cleveland got to. Well, it's the complete opposite now. 4 righty starters in a row have blanked Cleveland. And, yeah, Seth Lugo, 6 shutout. We'll give him that one. Seth Lugo's been great. But Chris Flexen, 6 innings pitched, just 3 earned runs. All those runs were unearned in that game. Alec Marsh, 6 innings pitched, just 1 earned run. Eric Fetty yesterday, 6 innings pitched, just 1 earned run. So the Cleveland is not getting to righty starters like they were 2 weeks ago. It's just not happening. Does that mean I think that Schuster is going to pitch a great game here on the road in Cleveland? I mean, it's razor thin, but Cleveland's getting priced like they're hitting like they were hitting a week and a half ago, and they're not. Meanwhile, the White Sox are hitting. So it would only be White Sox plus, put up White Sox plus 1.5. I couldn't get myself to do it. Especially because Cleveland's coming off a loss. I wish if Cleveland won yesterday and was up 2-0 in the series, I'd be down to do this. But I think the fact that Cleveland and they lost pretty handedly. What was it, 9-2, the final score? So it'd be White Sox plus 1.5, but I didn't actually bet this.
White Sox first 5 team total over 1.5 minus 115. I just think that this number is absolutely ridiculous for how good this team has been hitting right now. So they've already seen Lively this year as well. He went 5 over. He was on the road, or Lively was on the road. He went 5 2/3, but he gave up 8 hits and 3 runs. Like I just think it's absolutely crazy. I mean, that this number is at 1.5. If Ben Lively goes out there and shoves today, so be it. But the White Sox the last few games 8, 6, 4, 11, and 5. I mean, this team is hitting the ball right now. So at 1.5 at decently priced, I'll more than be happy to take my chances.
Boston Beckley says, I'm a Cleveland fan. Sorry. Boston Beckley says, I'm a Cleveland fan and I agree with you guys. Have to tail the hot streak and we were playing like trash lately. You're a Cleveland fan, but your name's Boston Beckley? I've seen you in the comments before. I always assumed you were a Red Sox fan. Excuse me. Still a little bit sick.
I wonder if that's his name or a nickname.
Boston Beckley. I'm a diehard Cleveland fan.
Well, Boston is like coming from a guy that just had a baby. Boston was a kind of a pretty popular baby name, kind of. So.
Oh! You're saying his actual name is Boston.
Yeah.
It also means you took all 13 tricks in spades. Next up, Boston on the road in Miami. I haven't played spades in a minute.
I know. I was like, oh, wow, man, that's been a long time since I played that game.
Yeah, since I was incarcerated. All right, Boston, Miami next. And did you see my bet on this one?
I played the fish. What did you bet?
Marlins money line.
Oh, my God.
Hell yeah.
No, dude, Kyle Tyler, it hasn't even pitched that bad to start the year. I don't understand his number.
Well, I mean, it's the Red Sox against the Marlins. I don't think the number's off.
Okay, I meant like I was excited. I guess you're right. I was excited to bet it, considering that I thought that we've talked about the Marlins bats heating up. Nick Pivetta has looked like, I mean, over his last 7 starts, he looks good like what, twice maybe? I mean, if you consider the start in Detroit or against Detroit good, where he went 5 2/3 and gave up 2. Like, I don't know. I don't know. I'll let you go first, but yeah, I'm on the pitch as well.
I mean, mine's pretty simple here. So I do think the Red Sox bats are as a whole cooling, but that's not really what this bet is. This bet's a fade on the spot, man. I mean, the Red Sox.
Oh, they got the Yankees tomorrow, huh?
The Yankees tomorrow on a weekend primetime series. If you remember, we faded the Yankees, or I think it was the Yankees. I forget exactly what team, but I took a shot like this. It was about 2 weeks ago where I took a shot like this on a Thursday on a getaway day, and I took a big dog, and I think maybe it was against Baltimore before they went to Boston or something. And it was a very similar spot. And I took a shot on the big dog right before a huge weekend series, ESPN, Fox, like primetime games, huge series for Boston coming up this weekend. And I jinxed it. I said the polls are working and now they stopped working. Damn it. But so yeah, Boston's got the Yankees tomorrow. Like Toe said, Tyler's been pretty good. And by the way, it's been about 5 weeks since we've seen Nick Pivetta throw a good game. We're talking about 4 bad starts in a row. So yeah.
Not to mention Boston versus starting right-handed pitching. I mean, they got 3 off of Waldron, but King and Vasquez held them to 1. Rodriguez held them to 0. Chris Bassett 2. Frankie Montas 2. They got 3 off of Gosman. But I mean, this idea that Boston's just slaughtering right-handed pitching right now is kind of a fallacy as well. So, I like this spot in general, and I love that price for the fish. So yeah, I'm on the fish as well.
2 picks on the Marlins. It looks like Prop Beaver did get the polls up and running. I don't know why YouTube's being weird with the polls. We love those polls, man. So, yeah, sorry you guys didn't get much of a chance to vote on that one. But it looks like the votes that did come in are coming in pretty even. So, pretty split on that one. Next up, Detroit, Minnesota.
I got a bet.
What is your bet?
Minnesota minus 1.5.
That's what was my lean as well. So put Minnesota up minus 1.5. I'm assuming you have to take a piss, Prop Beaver. Is that where you? Yeah. Go ahead.
So I mean, if there's one thing that we know from the Prop Beaver is that you want to fade Kenta Maeda during the day. Not to mention the fact that we have the Tigers coming off of an outburst against a guy like, what is it, David Fester or whatever, I don't think that's indicative to how the Tigers are going to perform on a daily basis. Bailey Ober, last 3 starts, last 4 starts, I will give you against really bad competition. But since that Pittsburgh start on the road, since then, 2 starts in Oakland where he went essentially 16 innings, struck out 20 guys and gave up 2 or 3 runs, and then a 6-inning performance against Seattle on the road where he gave up 1 run on 2 hits. He has a fantastic history against Detroit, including 2 starts this year already where he's went 6 innings and gave up 1 run in one of them and 0 runs in the next one. I have no reason to believe that Bailey Ober doesn't pitch well here tonight. I think that the Twins scoring 2 runs yesterday was kind of flukish. I'm trying to fade Maeda during the day. Twins have everybody in their bullpen rested and ready to go. They should. I feel like they should win this one comfortably.
Yeah. It's same pick, but it sounded like you actually bet it. I didn't.
I did, yeah.
I really don't know how I feel about the Twins, and I think Bailey Ober is going to be a pitcher we can trust more in the second half. It hasn't been the greatest start to this season, and I've just faded him. In the Mariners-Twins game, I took the over, and I was completely wrong. The final score was like 2-1. I wasn't even close. Bailey Ober pitched great. Now it's against the Mariners, so it doesn't really break the cycle of my thoughts on Bailey Ober was like, oh, he's dominating against Oakland back-to-back starts. I don't trust him, so I don't know if pitching against pitching a great game against Seattle necessarily debunks that. But it's Detroit at home, so that's 3 starts in a row where Bailey Ober's looked really good against a bad lineup. Why wouldn't it be 4? So the Tigers lineup is as bad as it gets. So on the road against Bailey Ober, I don't expect them to score. It'll be Twins -1.5 for pass, but didn't bet it.
I can tell you that I don't love that Byron Buxton's not in the lineup. That kind of sucks. So I'll tell you that.
I'll tell you that.
Let's get you.
What's your bet in this one, Toast?
Let's
see if you're seeing the board properly.
Did I even bet this one? I think I was waiting for it to go up because I was trying to get to the Cubs. I'm gonna have to be on the Cubs. They're down to +110 right now. Yeah, Cubs money line for me. Wow.
I'll go because I love the Cubs here.
So, yeah, go ahead. Sorry.
So let me just pull up my spreadsheet so I don't miss anything. There was a few angles I liked for the Cubs here.
Taillon's pitching well.
Taillon's pitching great.
Yeah.
But it's more so a fade of the Phillies bats. Hold on one sec. All right. So ready? So first off, so I bet this heavy. I have a full unit on the Cubs at +115.
Wow.
This is my biggest bet of the day.
Okay. Right.
But you guys know, I'm not this is a lock. That's not. I'm not like that. So the biggest bet of the day for me is 1 unit. I'm not all in on this or anything. But I want to say that because some of the people in here are like, Kyle said biggest bet of the day, $3,000. No, I have a full unit on this. So bet responsibly, please. But I do really like the Cubs today. First of all, I'm calling bullshit on the Phillies lineup without Harper and Schwarber in it.
Yeah.
So what evidence do we have that this Phillies lineup is able to hit right-handed pitching without them? Since they've went down, they've only seen 2 righties. Their names, Roddery Munoz, and by the way, they scored 2 runs in that game. They won 2-0. So they've seen Roddery Munoz, who's one of the worst righty starters active in baseball right now, and then Yanni Chirinos. Yeah, they hit up Yanni Chirinos a little bit, but it's Chirinos, man. That's the only evidence we have. The reason I'm more concerned about right-handed starters is because those are 2 superstar lefty bats, Kyle Schwarber and Bryce Harper, now removed from the Phillies lineup. So yesterday, they were up against a lefty. The holes in the lineup were kind of hidden a bit because they were able to load their lineup with a bunch of righty bats. So I'm not saying Bryce Harper and Kyle Schwarber don't matter against lefties, but obviously superstar lefty bats more prevalent against righty starters. And now you got a righty starter who's pitching really well. Taillon's been dealing, and more importantly, he's been dominant against top 10 lineups. Like, his numbers against good teams are way better than his numbers against bad teams. This guy just shows up for the big games. I trust Taillon right now. I think he's going to absolutely deal. I was back and forth between Cubs money line or Phillies team total under 3.5 at +115. I was back and forth because on the other side, we got to make a case for the Cubs to get to Christopher Sanchez, and it's challenging, man. But it's not. Was one thing I didn't mention yet. Phillies travel to Atlanta tomorrow for the biggest series of their month, man. The Braves are in second place. They're the only team that can catch the Phillies right now. They go to Atlanta tomorrow. So if I'm managing the Phillies, by the way, they just used Strom yesterday. They just used
Alvarado.
Did they use Alvarado yesterday? Yeah, they used Alvarado. Yeah. So if I'm managing the Phillies, I'm not using my high leverage arms here. I don't want to go into the Atlanta series without my main arms. So yeah, Cubs up for me. Let's do it. Cubbies.
Not to mention, just to stay on that Philadelphia bullpen while I'm looking at it, Kerkering went back-to-back days, and he's been like really, really, really good for them. So the fact that Strom, you're probably not going to have Strom, Kerkering, and Alvarado, pretty big advantage towards the Cubs in the back end. Also, I love Christopher Sanchez. I've made a ton of money on him this year, but also I will say that his road starts hasn't been as great as all of his home starts. He's been really, really good this year, and he doesn't give up home runs. That's a weird thing. So if you're playing home runs, I wouldn't play him today. But his last road start in Boston, he got hit up. That was when Boston was doing their thing. It is what it is. I can get over that. But Colorado and San Francisco, he pitched well. That's great. 5 innings, 3 runs to the Mets back in May. I mean, on the road in LA at the Angels, 4 runs and 7 hits. I mean, on the road in Cincinnati, 4 hits on, it just really hasn't been as dominant on the road as he has been at home. So I do feel like that dam for Christopher Sanchez is about to break. So the fact that you're even more gung-ho on it, and I was already leaning Cubs, yeah, I'm in.
Let's do it. Yeah, this is my favorite pick of the day. But again, my favorite pick is 1 unit. So like my normal bet is 0.75 unit and my top bets are 1 unit. That's how conservative I am with my shit. So please bet responsibly.
Yeah, somebody bought our package because of watching the show yesterday and sent me a message. He was like, I just don't understand, because he was really confused because everything he's ever seen is like somebody betting 5 units or 15 units. Yeah. And I'm like, oh, he's like, I don't understand how you only bet a half a unit. And I'm like, I don't understand how they bet 15 units on a play.
Yeah, I mean, like, there's definitely people that do this for a living that bet more aggressive than I do.
Yeah, no,
I don't think it, but so obviously some of those accounts you see 15 unit whales that are like, well, you're betting 15% of your bankroll on 1 game. Like,
I was just about to say,
there's no math that supports that. There's no math that supports
using the word unit and then having a 15 in front
of it. Exactly. Yes. Yeah, I 100% agree with that. So Padres at Rangers, man, I want to bet the Padres so bad here. I think Michael King should throw a gem. Texas isn't touching righties, by the way. Against lefties, we could find some value on this Rangers lineup, but not against righties. I don't even like Michael King, but he should pitch great here. Padres have been hitting. Max Scherzer, definitely a little overvalued right now. I mean, he's aging. He looks great in his first 2 starts. Like, you could put Padres money line up. The reason I didn't bet this, I hate the spot for him. I think they go into the desert to play Arizona for a much more important series tomorrow. So I will not be betting this, but I want to bet the Padres here. I feel like this price is off. I think it should be closer to a pick 'em. I think it should be Padres minus 105.
I 100% agree with that. So I gave out Padres team total over 3.5 last night at minus 120. Still definitely in on that. And then I was kind of waiting to see where this money line would go. I haven't looked to see like where the money's at and whatnot, but I 100% agree. I'm just not in a spot where I want to deal with the Padres right now on a day like this. I'm having a great day with the family. I don't want to bet the Padres and have them score like 5 runs and then the bullpen give it up. So I'll just deal with the Padres scoring some runs today. They've been one of the hotter lineups in the NL over the past couple of weeks. And that's just not me saying that as a Padres fan. Everybody knows that. So, but yeah. Also, by the way, Max Scherzer, I understand that he's looked good his last couple of times out. That dam will break sooner or later. Padres hit him up for 5 runs last year. I think the Padres scored today.
So someone said to my talk about units, it said, you can't make big money betting like that, Kyle. If you're trying to make big money betting on sports, you're doing it wrong. You're aiming for a 4% ROI over time. The idea, get that out of your head. I'm trying to make big money today. No, you're not. You're trying to grind out a small profit over time. That's how you do that.
This is baseball. We're trying to hit singles every day, not doubles, not homers. We're trying to hit singles. 1 single a day keeps the doctor away.
Yep. Angels, Oakland next, and I have no interest in touching this game. Yesterday was not how I expected it to look at all. I didn't bet it or anything. So I don't know. I guess this Angels lineup is going to cool off again, which is completely plausible. But like, I'm not betting Oakland as a fate. No way. This is a straight pass.
Yeah, this is a straight pass for me as well. I still have this like thing in my head that I think that JP Sears is still going to be decent in this league, but regardless, I had my fun with the Angels. I'm not going to like try to throw back any more money. So yeah, it's an easy pass for me.
Yep. Next, Baltimore, Seattle.
Thank you, baseball gods, for giving me Corbin Burns today. I thought I was going to get like Suarez or something. So I'm very excited today.
This is the game you're going to, right?
Yeah. I don't know how to bet it though, but I have an idea, but
I want to bet Seattle at this price. Seattle's been so profitable at home, and honestly, Bryce Miller has been really good at home. But man, Bryce Miller has had some blow-ups recently where he looks really bad. So part of me looks at his home away splits and like, oh, Bryce Miller at home plus 125 with one of the most profitable home teams in baseball. And then the other part of me is like, Bryce Miller looks like shit recently. So I didn't end up betting this one. I will say that they have this total at 7, which means odds makers believe Bryce Miller is going to throw a good game. So it would only be Mariners here at this price. I mean, it's not very often you're going to get one of the most profitable home teams at baseball at plus 125. You're just not going to get that. So, I mean, not to mention Baltimore's lineup hasn't quite been the same. So it would only be Seattle here, but I'm not going to actually do it.
Yeah, I'm actually going to bet Seattle at plus 130. Look, Corbin Burns, everybody, if you guys know me, I'm really not the biggest Corbin Burns guy. So especially on the road, this Mariners lineup is absolutely terrible. So it doesn't even really matter. This is just me kind of playing that they don't get swept at home. I mean, the Mariners have lost 4 games in a row. I know they've looked terrible at the plate. So, but yeah, you're not going to have Kimbrel. He worked back-to-back nights. Maybe that does something. But yeah, I'm going to take a stab on the Mariners. Yeah. Call it a little.
You're going to do it? I'll write it down. Maybe I do it with you. Maybe.
Just because they've got a full rested bullpen too. So I mean, if Bryce Miller, when you said, like you said, the total's at 7, run should be at a premium. I feel like I have the better starter. Well, not the better starter, a competent starter with Stanek and Munoz behind him. We should be all right. And Thornton.
No Kimbrel for the O's, but some people would call that a positive.
As soon as I said that, I was like, yeah, I'll just stick to the next guy.
Some people would call that a positive. Giants, Braves. Are you betting your dog shit Giants? I don't know why you like this team. This team sucks.
I don't know. Maybe because they just continue to make money for me. I don't know.
I don't know because I'm
weird thing. Did I bet the Giants today? You goddamn right I did. Giants money line. Plus 105 or plus 110, whatever it is, wherever you can get it. 5 cents doesn't really matter to me. This is just me betting on Logan Webb. I understand on the road he hasn't been or generally when we talk about Logan Webb, he's not a guy that we want to bet on the road as much as we do at home. I get that. But over the last 4 starts on the road for Logan Webb, pretty damn good, going all the way back to the 26th of May. 7 innings, 1-run ball against the Mets. On the road at Texas, another 7 innings, 2-run baseball. The Cubs, 7 innings. St. Louis was the bad start where he went 6 innings and gave up 4 runs. My point being is that Atlanta's doing nothing at the plate, especially against right-handed pitching. I have no reason to believe that Logan Webb doesn't go 6 or 7 of one or 2-run baseball here. And then the Giants, yes, I will give you that their offense isn't something that you really worry about. But Charlie Morton isn't a guy that I worry about either. I just feel like we have a huge starting pitching advantage for the San Francisco Giants. I also feel like their lineup is, in the state that they're both in right now, is just as good as Atlanta's right now. So at plus money, I think with a better pitcher and a rested bullpen behind him, I did play the Giants last night.
Freaking people in the chat are trolling. S. Dot and Nathan are like 15 units on Seattle. S. Dot's like 10 units. No, I have nothing on this game. I think Logan Webb's going to get sparked here, but I don't really have any numbers to show that, so it's a pass for me. Milwaukee, Colorado. I want to touch this game with a 20-foot stake.
Dude, I don't even understand
Coors Field is stupid and shouldn't be in the league.
I don't understand how anybody can cap this game and be confident.
No, every game in this ballpark is a waste of time. That's why I always pass. This is stupid. It's like playing on another planet. What the hell? Like, it doesn't make any sense. I've lost too much money betting games in this ballpark. I'm done. No, I don't want anything to do with this shit.
Okay. I 100% agree. Just for the people that are watching the show, God, this is gross. If I had to lean, it would be, wait, never mind. I was going to say Colorado first 5, but it's not even plus money anymore. So if you can get Colorado plus money in the first 5, I wouldn't mind there. You have a pretty significant starting pitching advantage, I feel like, with Cal compared to Tobias Myers. So I know how Cal didn't look good his last time out, but he's been pretty solid at home lately. A couple starts against Washington, the Dodgers, and Philadelphia. So I have a feeling that he pitches well here today. I would lean under as well because obviously neither one of these two teams can fucking hit a baseball. Like, this is just absolutely ridiculous. Have they even scored 10 runs total in 2 games between these three or two the last couple nights? It's just in Coors Field. Like, I don't know.
No, but this is what's going to happen because this is stupid-ass Coors Field logic. Yesterday, we got 2 shitty pitchers in Coors Field. Me and Toast took the over. Final score 3-0. Now you got 2 pitchers that are having good years. Tobias Myers has been really good. It's going to be 15-13 now because it makes no freaking sense in this stupid ballpark that shouldn't exist. They should force this team to play 5,000 feet below. Dig down. Play underground. This shit is stupid.
Yeah, if this game goes over in like the 5th inning, I'm going to be fucking pissed.
It's 15-13. That's my score prediction.
I'm sure
Why? Because this ballpark is fucking dumb.
Why? Because nothing else makes sense.
Next up. Rays, Kansas City.
How did the Rays lose this game yesterday?
I didn't watch any of it. I didn't bet it.
Okay, never mind.
Did you see my boy Isbell had a hit though?
I didn't.
I'm a fan now. I'm an Isbell guy now.
You didn't you call a home run yesterday though?
No, the home run was 2 nights ago. He didn't. Okay. He went 0 for 3. The home run I called the home run in his the rain game. And then last night he had a hit in an RBI, but he didn't.
Oh no, you got Vientos last night.
Yeah, my only home run pick. Yeah, hit. So I've given out 4 home run picks this entire season, and they're all in the last 2 days, and I'm 2-2 in them. Like, actually have a good record somehow.
I'm saying that 2-2 in home run picks is awesome. The question is, do you trust Zach Eflin right now?
I know you don't.
No.
So you're taking the Royals?
I don't know about that. I don't think I can take the Royals because of the bullpen situation.
You got to go over here, right?
Yeah. I think the over, yeah. I was having a hard time. The reason that I was trying to play is I think the F1 could get it up, but I didn't want to give it up or play on KC because of the bullpen, and I'm not in this position where I really trust Alec Marsh. I understand that he has actually pitched well this year. I mean, but at the same time, over his last 7 starts, he's looked really, really good at times and really, really bad at times. And frankly, he usually pitches well against better teams. Look at the starts against like the Yankees. He pitches well and then gets shattered by Oakland, and then pitches well against Cleveland, but doesn't pitch well against Texas. It's just kind of weird. So yeah, I would lean over here myself. I don't know if I actually get to the window with it, but I just don't trust Zach Eflin on the road at all. I mean, look at his last 3 starts on the road, 7 innings, 4 runs against Pittsburgh. That could have been even worse. On the road at Atlanta, 7 hits, 4 runs. Yeah, it's I just don't trust Zach Eflin on the road. It's just plain that simple.
Well, yeah. So I obviously probably put up over a graphic for me as well. Thing is, I don't really think this Royals lineup is any good. But Zach Eflin on the road, Marsh has been bad, and the Rays bats seem to be. I guess it would be over, or maybe like a Rays team total over. But I feel like there's way too much of the scale of what this game could look like is too big for me. Like, I could also see this game being 2-0, so I'm not going to bet.
Yeah, I agree with that.
Next up, Snakes. I know you're on the Snakes here.
I haven't bet it.
How could you not take the Snakes?
How are we getting plus money? Like, that's. I mean, I guess it's because it's the Dodgers, but like, that's where I'm like, I mean, I will say Dodger Stadium last year for Zach Gallen was a house of horrors, but it's not the same lineup at all. So it's kind of hard to get there. But in his last 2 starts in Dodger Stadium, which were both last year, Zach Gallen, 10 innings, 17 hits, 16 hits, 11 runs. Very, very, very bad. This is definitely not the same lineup as you saw in those games, but I just wanted to make sure that everybody was aware of that, because that's what had me freaked out.
Nate says, take the team that scores more runs. It hits at 100% rate.
Nice job, Nate. Hell yeah, bro.
Just take the team that's going to score more today.
I also don't understand how Arizona's team total is still at 3.5.
Well, Landon Knack's been good, but Arizona against righty starters has been good to me. I've backed them against righty starters, and they continue to deliver.
I've played them back-to-back nights. I don't understand. I don't even know why I'm overthinking this.
Can
I guess,
switch
but
the poll to Diamondbacks, because I want to see if everyone's betting the Snakes here, because I mean I think that's just the Dodgers come with attacks. So it's kind of like the Yankees, where it's like, how are the Dodgers favored? It's like, well, because they're the fucking Dodgers. That's how. And Ohtani's hitting, like, he's got like a 1,600 OPS.
Yeah. I mean, if London Knack, I mean, that's another thing, is that what's he do? Fastballs? I mean,
not only have Arizona been good against righties, but they're one of the best lineups in baseball this year, last 30 days, against four-seam fastballs, which is what he throws. Yeah. So, on paper, they should spark him.
Also, guys, look at the righties that they're getting to. Jake Irvin, 4 runs. Taijuan Walker, 4 runs. Okay, he sucks. Zach Wheeler has only 1 run. Joe Ryan, 4 runs. SWR, who's been really good for Minnesota, 3 runs. So, I mean, Arizona team total over 3.5 is what I'm going off of the show.
What I'm thinking of doing is, because, we like to fade Gallen on the road, right? I'm going right back to what worked last night. Give me the over again. I'm going to bet this, too.
I can see that.
I'm going to tail you on Mariners, and I'm going to add the over 8.5. I don't know why it's at 8.5, because of the starting pitchers' ERAs. I don't care. I think both of them could get rocked here.
Yeah, and I also feel like people can say that the Dodgers bullpen's good to go, but Arizona destroyed those guys. Like, I think Arizona would be licking their chops if those guys came into the game, when they come into the game. So
yeah, and I'm telling you, Arizona against righty starters, like you get these angles in your head, and Arizona against righty starters, a lot of it is just my personal. When I back them, they've delivered for me. I'm not saying I blindly pick them against every righty starter, but that's been an angle I've been able to trust over the last month. Is Arizona against a righty starter usually comes through. So Knack has excellent numbers, but this will be his toughest test. He throws a lot of fastballs, like we talked about. I think the Diamondbacks get to Knack. It's whether or not it's what you think of Gallen against the Dodgers lineup. If you trust Zach Gallen to make a road start in Dodger Stadium, maybe go with Arizona at the plus money. But you know what? I would like to hear some Zach Gallen. He obviously pitches in Arizona. How has he pitched in Dodger Stadium in the past, Toast? Do you have that up?
Yeah, really bad.
Really bad? Yeah, over. Give me that.
His last 2 starts in Dodger Stadium, 9, like I said, 10 innings, 15 hits, 11 runs. It's been bad.
All right.
You have to go back to 2022 until he has a good home start or a road start against the Dyers.
Shall we do some community parlay? Hit the song.
Community parlay, the parlay we bet, yeah. Community parlay is for the community. We community, making a parlay. Yeah.
Probably everyone's wondering when your next hit's gonna drop, man. He's going like this. He's like, you can't rush the creative process. All right, let's do the community parlay. We didn't even get to do a community parlay yesterday because of the poll wasn't working. Unreal. The books were clearly trying to limit our community. You know what's crazy? Like, some people in this community would say that. All right, ready?
Oh, yeah.
So Cardinals or Pirates? I'm assuming they like the shit. I have no idea who they liked in that one. Who's pitching for that one? Payante Perez. They probably like the Cardinals. Reds, Yankees. They like the Yankees. Astros, Blue Jays. They like the Astros. White Sox, Guardians. They like the Guardians.
Got any big plans for the 4th of July?
Probably gonna stop at my brother's house, but like quickly. I got real into the college football spreadsheet last night, and
I saw that on the Discord.
When you type in a matchup, it automatically pulls up every single player that they've added and lost with their PFF ratings from last year. Because that's the hardest part with college football is it's hard if you want to look at Stanford and they lost a 5-star left guard. It's like impossible to find that information. So I've been compiling these lists, and I have it where you type in a team and it tells you all. It's freaking sick.
I like that. Hey, will you? But I'll deal with this later. But when I try to do the spreadsheets, the players for the batting stayed Texas, San Diego. They wouldn't switch for me.
Oh yeah, the players. You have to do the players differently. I'll have to.
Okay, cool. I just wanted to make sure I wasn't doing anything wrong. Okay, cool. We're good then.
Yeah, we could try. It's a little hard, but I could show you and see.
No, it's cool. As long as I knew I wasn't doing anything wrong.
No. So you just cut yours off before the players.
Yep, that's what I do. Okay, yeah. Okay, cool.
What's the first one? Yankees. All right, next one. Red Sox money line. Twins money line. Phillies money line. They hate our Cubs pick. Cubs down about plus 105 now. We're line movers. Rangers Padres. Do you know who they voted for?
Probably the Rangers.
Probably the Rangers, right? With Scherzer on the mound. Yeah, Rangers.
Who's been really good, actually. I'm surprised.
Yeah, well, it's 2 starts. Or no, 3? Is it 3 now?
Yeah, but I mean, the Baltimore start was impressive to me. To me, personally.
Baltimore hasn't really. Nah, he's going to get hit up.
Oh, I'm on the Pats. If it wasn't so hot in Texas, we'd be there right now.
So someone said the community parlay song would be better with visuals of Prop Beaver in the booth, like singing it.
Yeah.
Twins money line is the second. Yanks and Twins they like. I like the Twins today too. So I like both those picks, community. I think the Yankees win comfortably as well. Next up, Angels Athletics. I guess Angels they probably would have liked. Orioles. Giants or Braves. And Brewers.
Jess posted the hot dog pics. I love you.
Yeah, she hit her over, her pseudo over. The chick ate 50 dogs.
Chick ate 50 dogs.
She 50 dogs. Jess posted a sharp over at 40 and a half. She got 50 dogs.
Oh, that was awesome.
Jess knows dog.
Jess knows dog.
Did the men's competition happen yet? Oh, Jess is in the comments. So it's Orioles, the third one. Jess, nice pick with pseudo over 40 and a half. Great pick. All right, so we got there's only 2 games left. So do Royals money line, Rays money line, and then do Diamondbacks money line, Dodgers money line, because both of them the polls were pretty split. So why don't we give them a chance to vote for both? How much is a unit for sauce? It's 1% of your bankroll. So like, yeah, it doesn't matter. Like it's irrelevant. All my slips are posted in the Discord, so people in the Discord know exactly how much I'm betting. But the fact that you're asking that question means you're not getting it. It's 1% of what your bankroll is.
So like, just so we're clear, like my unit size is different than Sauce's.
Yes, as different than the next person.
I was just about to say, and then mine would be different than the person as well.
All 3 of Jess's women's dogs picks. Jess knows women's dogs.
I can't wait to go to a Reds game with her someday.
She loves that city, man. She's all about Cincinnati.
I know.
Yankees, Twins, Orioles, Royals is the community parlay. So shout out the odds. Someone in the comments, one of you guys, whoever's got it. Prop Beaver's charging his phone, so he doesn't have it. Someone said never ask unit size. I didn't mean like never, like it was an offensive question, but I'm saying like someone else's unit size is irrelevant to you. It doesn't matter. That's what I meant. I didn't mean like, how dare you ask? That's not what I meant.
Those 4 together in a parlay, 740, just 740.
A 740. Yankees money line, Twins money line, Orioles money line, Royals money line. Let's do the underdog pick 'em, and then we'll all go enjoy our Independence Day. Is that it right there? All right, so prop beavers. Let's see what he's like. What prop beaver likes here. Over higher than 2.5. Kenta Maeda higher than 2.5 earned runs. Usually don't like because of the unearned chance. So, and Kenta Maeda sucks. He says, all right, higher than 2.5 earned runs for Kenta Maeda. Went for Nick Pivetta, lower fantasy points. Love that. 4 straight bad starts for Pivetta. Jake Irvin lower. That game's already on, dude. Oh, I guess you made these picks before. Just do the 2 pick. He must have made this. He made this earlier today. So that game already started. But anyway, if you don't have an underdog fantasy account, the free leg today is Asia Wilson over a 0.5 point. So all she has to do is score, and she's the leading scorer on the team. So it's a free leg. If it's available in any state highlighted in this map. So for everyone in the states highlighted in yellow, head over to Underdog Fantasy, the website, or download the app. When you make your account, make sure you use the promo code BET, B-E-T. That'll get you a $100 deposit bonus match, and you'll be able to use that Asia Wilson free leg in your first pick 'em. So everyone, thanks for watching. Be responsible today. No drinking and driving. No horseplay. Nah, everyone have a good one. Remember to bet responsibly. We'll be back tomorrow normal time, 4 p.m. Eastern time. Baseball doesn't stop. We got another 15 games.